In this episode, we continue south in search of warmer weather along the Pacific coast of Mexico. Our first stop after leaving Isla Isabel is Mantachen Bay near San Blas. Then we continue our journey south to the small beach town of Chacala. After that, we head around the corner and into Banderas Bay for a short stop in Punta de Mita before going on to La Cruz. Hey, if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and leave a comment and give us any suggestions you might have.
Alright, it's Thursday the 23rd of February and we have left Isla Isabel, little paradise island out there, bird sanctuary out in the middle of nowhere. And we left there at about 6 a.m., a little after 6 a.m. I guess, a little after daylight. And we motored just out around the fishing pangas and then put up our sails, and we've been sailing ever since. We got about 13 knots of wind. We're making about 5 knots on a broad reach. About a 45-mile sail today. It'll take us about 9 hours, I guess, to get there. And so a little bit of swell behind us, so not too rolly. It's an overall really good day. Good day for sailing. We got a big fish.
Ooh, it's big. Really
Big, I think it's a tuna of some kind. I don't know. We're going to find out. Big fish grouper. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
That's as big as me. Look.
We were really looking forward to stopping at La Tovara to do the jungle tour while we were in Mantachen. La Tovara is a renowned ecological sanctuary located near San Blas in the state of Nayarit, Mexico. This estuary is formed when fresh spring water coming from the Sierra Madre Occidental Mountains meets with the salt water of the Pacific Ocean, creating a diverse habitat rich in plant life and animals.
All right, we are on a jungle tour here in Mantachen or San Blas. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Here's our wonderful crew and yet another alligator.
The estuary is home to 22 different reptiles, most notably the American crocodile. In addition to all of the reptiles, there are also almost 200 bird species, as well as over 90 mammal species, including jaguars and ocelots.
Today we're heading to Chacala from Mantachen, on our way continuing south in Pacific Coast, Mexico. I I'm just amazed. We are motor sailing, so there's an engine running in the background. Mostly we have to do, the wind is pretty light, but we also have to make water, so we have to run the engine to do that. And all over, I continue to see whales and jumping rays and jumping fish. It's amazing. The sea life here is phenomenal. It's so spectacular, and I can never capture it on any camera or even my phone. It's just, it happens so fast, and it's usually, if I do get something, it's like a little bump on my picture, so it's unfortunately very doesn't at all reflect what I'm seeing. So anyway, we are doing well, and we are motor sailing at about 5 knots, just enjoying the wonderful weather.
Our next stop on the way south is Chacala Bay. Chacala is a small beach town and fishing village, and home to about 300 residents. While we were there, we had a chance to walk through the town, as well as go to the local tienda to stock up on some much-needed supplies. The next day, it was time to head south into Banderas Bay for a short stop at Punta de Mita before going into the cruise.
We have been motor sailing from Chacala to Punta de Mita. We left this morning around 10 o'clock-ish, and then we should arrive at about 4:30. Now there's been a 1 hour time clock change, so that has us kind of messed up a little bit, but and we should get there well within daylight and get anchored. This will be the beginning of Banderas Bay. It's been a lovely day out. It's gorgeous, and there has been, haven't seen a lot of whales. We saw a couple, but not our typical 5 or 6 whales and dolphins, but we're loving it. It's been quite pleasant. So we're heading over to La Cruz today. We are in Punta de Mita. We've been here for the last 3 days. It's been wonderful. The weather has been fantastic. The anchorage is really a nice anchorage. The only downside is the dinghy situation. We haven't been able to get off the boat very much because there's no real good place to land your dinghy, and it's like there's a lot of surf. And the other option is to go into a breakwater area where there's pangas, and you have to kind of squeeze in between the pangas, and there's a lot of lines. So that's been really the only challenge and the unfortunate part of this anchorage. So going to La Cruz, we understand there's a dinghy dock there that we can, I think it's like you just pay to use the dinghy dock each day, and we kind of look forward to that. Do understand that it may be a little bit more exposed and it may be a little bit more rolly. We took off our flopper stoppers this morning in preparation to make this journey down to La Cruz. The flopper stopper is this like I don't know, not a weighted thing, but something that goes in the water on each side of your boat to kind of reduce that roll from side to side that you'll get in a monohull. We haven't used them before, but they've been working pretty well. We did have to take it down though, because it's out on our whisker pole, and we're anticipating a downwind sail, which we'll need the whisker pole, and we wouldn't want to drag it anyway. It would be kind of like a drogue. We'd be dragging something through the water, and we certainly don't want that, especially on the sides of our boat. So we're all kind of excited about exploring a new anchorage, and we're hoping to get into see a little bit of La Cruz and Puerto Vallarta. There's some taxis and some buses that can take you, some transportation to get to Puerto Vallarta. We can also do a little bit of provisioning. There's a Costco in Puerto Vallarta, and we have and our chart plotter just losing GPS again or something. But we are then just discussing what we're going to do moving forward. We're anticipating moving forward a little bit further, probably to Tenochtitlan or Barra de Navidad, and looking at some weather windows. I mean, the other option is to stay here in Banderas Bay for the next about a month before the southerlies start being more consistent or being able to move north. Otherwise, we'd be going up against going north in the northerlies, which would not be the most pleasant experience in, say, all sea state. And so waiting for those southerlies, staying here in Banderas Bay is an option, but then there's only two places we can really anchor here, and that is in La Cruz here at Punta de Mita. And like I previously mentioned about the dinghy thing, I don't know how that's all going to work. So if we move south, we do need to have a really good weather window to go around Cape Corrientes or Cabo Corrientes. It's got a lot of current there, and we definitely want a nice smooth sea state, and that may mean that we're motor sailing if we pick a really quiet time to go around. So we'll see how that goes. Keep you posted.
Knots. We're almost into the wind.
Yahoo for the flopper stopper. As you can see, we are staying really steady in our anchorage. There's, modest amount of swell, but we are not really feeling much of it at all. Whereas our neighboring boats without the flopper stoppers are experiencing some rolliness. Not sure if you could see that, but we had a little bit of that when we were in Balandra, and it wasn't very fun. So we're really excited that the flopper stoppers are doing their job.
The Cruz de Huanacaxtle is a fishing village of about 2,000 residents in Banderas Bay, close to the town of Puerto Vallarta. The town name comes from a cross that is made of Huanacaxtle wood, which is located at the town's entrance.
Looking good, Daryl. Looking good, buddy.
All right, we are sailing from La Cruz back to Punta de Mita to get ready. It's just staged before we head down to cross Cabo Corrientes and down to Tenecatita tomorrow. We plan a 24-hour sail starting in the morning, if all goes well and the weather permits. And anyway, just enjoying this lovely sail. It was a really light wind when we first took off from La Cruz, but the wind has picked up to about 15 to 17 knots, and we're able to and it is coming at about 30 degrees off the nose, so we're just tacking back and forth and enjoying every bit of it.
Join us in our next episode as we continue our journey south to Tenecatita and on to Barra de Navidad.